How to Be a Doctor by Stephen Leacock. First, the narrator begins with an appreciation for the progress of science. He feels proud for the development of electricity and for the invention of linotype, aeroplane, and vacuum house cleaner. But he skips to his main discussion, which is the progress of medicine. He mocks at the progress by explaining how most common diseases of today were not known during the earlier times. He compared the diseases and its cure of the ancient and modern times. He comically quotes that during the ancient period, the first thing to do in sudden attacks is to unfasten the patient's collar and let him breathe. But in modern era, where there is a wonderful progress in medicine, many doctors consider it better to button up the patient's collar and let him choke. He talks about, on particular, lack of progress in medicine, and that is the time taken to become a qualified practitioner. Earlier, students learnt medicine for 2 winter sessions at a college, and in summers, they ran logs for a sawmill. Nowadays, it takes 5 to 8 years to become a doctor. The narrator feels it odd as to what can be learned in 8 months is now learnt in 8 years. Next, he vividly describes about the comical conversation between a doctor and a patient. In this, the narrator mocks at the modern doctor's business in treating the patient. He illustrates a conversation between the doctor and his patient. The conversation describes the blows a patient receives from the doctor who does not know either what is wrong with the patient's body. Next, the information regarding diet maintenance depends on how the doctor is feeling about his own meal. The narrator says this guessing game of the doctors are supplied by the work of the analytical laboratory. Whatever is wrong with the patient, the doctor insists on snipping off parts of him and sending them mysteriously away to be analyzed. He concludes the prose piece by describing the funny reality of all of us. Even though we know the above-mentioned topics of the modern era medicine, we run to a doctor for the trivial issues. The narrator ludicrously concludes that if he's sick, of course he will personally prefer an ambulance with a bell on it.